Welcome, my wonderful students. Today we want to do statistics, and the subtopic is histogram and frequency polygon. So we want to use the shortest time possible because we are dealing with candidates and we don't have time for that. So we have been given a table. I've given two examples, example A and example B, so that we come up with histogram and frequency polygon. So example 1, we have been given age and frequencies. So you read the table, then you come up with solution, you come up with a table. So what is a histogram? A histogram is a graph of frequency versus upper class boundary. So your work is to get the upper class boundary. You draw a table, just look at the way it is, the class, the frequency, and the upper class boundary. How do you get upper class boundary? You ignore these other classes and you deal with these classes only. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So the upper class for this side is 10. If it is 10, the boundary is 10, so you add 0, then below it you add 5. So you get 10.5. So the upper class for this will be 10.5. For 20, 20.5. For 30, it will be 30.0, then you add 5 below it, you get 30.5. That means then at 40 is 40.5, then at 50 is 50.5. Then after coming up with the upper class boundary, then you draw a graph. You draw a graph, y-axis, x-axis. So this one becomes frequency, and this one becomes upper class boundary. So how do you get the scale? The scale, this one is starting from 0.5 up to 10.5, the starting point. So our graph should start from 0.5, so that our graph does not hang. So in chemistry, physics, math, geography, your graph, you have to tell us where your x-axis is starting and where your y-axis is starting. So for our x-axis, the value will start from 0.5, and from our y-axis, the value will start from 0. So the examiner should see where your x-axis is starting and where your y-axis is starting. So you represent, the scales are different. This one scale, every box represents 10, 10, 10, and every box represents 2 units. So now just plot, that one is now easier. Just plot frequency 2, 10.5. You go to where 2 is and 10.5, because we have said it is a graph of frequency against upper class boundary. Then 3 and 20.5, 3 and 20.5. Use a ruler where 3 is meeting with 20.5. Use a ruler for accuracy. Then 6 is 30.5. 6 is 30.5. Then 9 is 40.5. 9. So where 9 is meeting with 40.5. Use a ruler so that you are very careful. 9 is in between there. Between that. Then the last one is 4. 4 meeting with 5. Meeting with 5. And now you're going to use it boxes. Very easy. You're using boxes. You're using boxes like that. You're using boxes. Very nice box. Always make sure that whatever you are drawing is very clear to the examiner. So that even if you are doing the wrong thing, but you are doing with a clean mind. So that is what is known as histogram. That is what is known as histogram. So you can shade it if you want, but because my board is clear, I don't have to shade them. So before we go to frequency polygon, you can react to use your graph, histogram, to get mod. How do you get mod? Very simple. You don't have to calculate. You just go to the longest bar. This is the longest bar, and it is ordered into two other bars. The longest bar, then you just draw a diagonal from where this boundary box is ending and this one is starting. So from this point, you draw a diagonal using a roller. So if you don't have a roller, there is no need of going to a roller. Then again, this one, where this one is starting, you join. You join like that. So I hope you see where we are joining. Where this bar is ending and where this bar is starting. So we join like that. So this is the point. This is the point of interest. So you come with it down there. Like that. Straight line at angle 90. So you come and leave this value. So that is the mod. So the mod will be, if you draw a good graph, it will be 34.5. So this one is the mod. So after you have found the mod, you can now go to frequency polygon. What is a frequency polygon? A frequency polygon is a graph of frequency against the midpoint of the class boundary. So you need to get the midpoints. The midpoint, 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 midpoint. Then midpoint. So then we join. Let me wrap this for purposes of clarity. But in an exam, don't wrap it. Because when you wrap it, there is no mark. But for the purpose of understanding, let me wrap this one so that we join. So you join using a roller, right there. I'm saying if you don't have a roller, then you go to an exam. You're just joining the midpoints. The midpoints of the bars. So this one is what is known as frequency polygon, and that is how you get that. We go to question 2. We go to question 2. So that is the frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. Frequency polygon. Suppose you are not asked histogram, they only need a frequency polygon. Then you do what? Then you get the midpoints. You don't get the upper class boundary. You get the midpoints, which here will be from 10 to 5. The midpoint will be 5. You subdivide 10.5 minus 0.5 divided by 2. You get this one minus this is 10. You get 5. So it will be 5. 5. The midpoint of this is 15. The midpoint of this one is 25. So you will be plotting the midpoint. So even here is 5, here is 15, here is 25, here is 35, like that. So if they don't want the histogram, then you can just get the midpoints of the class boundaries. Then you in example B, example B, when you take example B, the class interval is different in every class. But in the first one, the class interval was the same. So if the class interval is the same, you use frequency against upper class boundary. But in example B, the class interval is changing. So if the class interval is changing and you want to draw histogram, then you will draw frequency density against upper class boundary. So you need to get frequency density. So you get the class as it is, the frequency as it is, then the upper class boundary. The upper class boundary for this is 559.0, then you add 5 below, you get 59.5. You close this side. And you get the upper classes here. Just by adding 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So you get this upper class boundary. Then you need to get frequency density. What is the formula for frequency density? Frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class interval. So we need to get class interval. What is class interval? It's upper class limit minus lower class limit. So the upper class limit here is 59.5 minus 54.5. 54.5. You subtract, you get 5. Here it will be 65.5 minus 59.5. You subtract to get 6. So you get class limit here. It will be 90.5 minus 86.5. 90.5 minus 86.5. Now do you normally get lower class? You subtract. So for example, this one is the lower class here. The lower class there is 55 equals 0. Then you subtract 5 below. So you get 5, you get 4, you get 5. That is how you get lower. So when you are getting lower, you subtract. When you are getting upper, you add. So frequency density, it will be frequency divided by class interval. So 18 divided by 5 is this. 5 divided by 6 is this. 20 divided by 6 is 3.3. 22 divided by 7 is 3.1. 27 divided by 8 is 3.37. You know, 34. Then 8 divided by 4 is 2. So you have gotten frequency density. So we are going to draw frequency density against class boundary. So we said that you tell us where your axis is starting and where y-axis is starting. So this other side, the upper class limit, this is weights. They are weights. And this is donor frequency density. So the first, on the lower side, that is x-axis, you start from 50. So every one box is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So it is 5, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, and then you get to 9. Then this other side, because we have values, the smallest value is 0.8 and the largest value is 3.6. So we can use a scale of 1, 1, 1 for every square. So this is become the scale. So we now want to plot frequency density against the upper class boundary. So at 3.6, the value is at 3.6. The value is beginning here. You begin with this 4.5. So 54.5 is before 55. So this is the class. Then the other one, that one will move up to 55. 59.5. So from 59.5 we go to 65.5. So at 65.5 it is 0.8. You put a dot at 65.5. Then at 71.5, the dot is 3.3. Then at 78.5 the dot is 3.1. Then that one 3.3.4. Then finally 2 at 2. So when you join using these boxes. You can shade or you can leave it that way. So this is how we get our histogram using frequency, density when the class intervals are varying. So if suppose we want to get frequency polygon, then you just get the midpoints, and the midpoint. Then you just join. You join where it is beginning. You join using a roller. You join that one. Look upward, but that is it. You join the midpoint using a roller. So that one becomes the frequency polygon. And that is the end of our session. In the next, we will do one example so that we can create other things. Thank you for listening.